Welcome to Second Chance Garage. Okay, I am going to attempt to figure out how to take this awning off of here. Because off my camper, 1977. I've had it off here before, but the awning is tore up. If I remember right, this spring is messed up. So I got to get it off, and then I got to do some roof work and fix the spring and this tarp. So we're gonna give it a shot, see if I can figure out how to do it. I can't remember, it's been so many years since I've done this. So I thought I would bring you along and see what we can figure out here. Alright, so I gotta loosen these nuts down here. That I have to loosen. Those. And on the back side here, there's some. There's some this place. It's supposed to be able to loosen up. Yeah, that one's loose. See if I can get this. Okay. So, this can't remember. Okay. I can't remember that I have to lift up on it. Holy cow! Well, that wasn't part of the master plan. Normally it's anchored to the camper, so it won't let it do that. But this particular case is not anchored to the camper anymore. So, well, that one looks like that. Okay. So, okay, I think I've got pins down here. I think this might be taken off. Okay. Slides it down. Find some place to put this so I won't lose it. I think I can slide this back up. Shorten it up. Then I just tighten this on the back. And that doesn't hold it. Okay. Okay. Hold this pin. I'll set it over here on top of this ladder, wooden step ladder. Take this loose, slide that down. Now if I pick this up, okay. Now if I pick this up, bring that pin at the bottom. Okay, that lifts out. Okay, I got it. Figured it out. Okay, there we go. That's awning loose. Alright. Now let it come down. Oh, geez. Alright. Down there. Alright. There we go. Slide this down this way. It's square. Okay. Now, I think in order to get this loose, I think I take I think there's a hole. Let's see if I remember right. There's a bolt holding this thing in here. This bolt, right there, that bolt I think holds it in. Let me see. Get the impact. See if I can't take that loose. If I can't take that loose. Okay. I think there. And that's reversed. Yes. Okay. On this slides out and it unwraps. And this is the broken side right here. Okay. Now I'll have to pull same place on the wooden ladder. Okay. Pull the same screw loose over here. This has got the pinch point where you're supposed to slide it from that end down to here. And then, but I don't want to take this loose, so I'm going to spread it loose here, and that'll be my feed end point all the way down to the other end. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm going to try. Stand on this here chair. Don't bust apart on me. Separate this. Oh, great. That plastic thing's in there. Okay. Trying to make this my entry point. Apparently I have it pinned down under that, so that's great. Wonderful. Okay, now separate this out. Get this plastic thing out of here. It's a plastic tube that you gotta weld. You gotta sew into him. Here. All right. There. Now. Get this separated enough. That doesn't slide out. This spot here. Put in and take out. Okay, that should do it. There we go. That's going to slide right out of here. Okay, there we are. I'll show you what I'm talking about here. See, I sewed a hem right along there, big enough this piece of plastic can slide in there, and then that's what holds it in that C channel on the camper. Alright. But it got old and rotted and okay. So keep working it off of there. Yeah. So I know exactly how long or how wide the awning's got to be, because it's got to be this long or this wide. Yep. Awesome. If I want to, I can use this part of it to measure. So that part is loose. And I'll lay that down there so I have it. And the messed up part is that C channel, it's got one of those in the, you even see it there. It's got one of those C channels in that tube, and that's the same way it holds onto that tube. Which you'll see here in a moment. Okay. So, let me get this chair out of the way. So, there it is. Okay. Now, the issue is that, alright, the issue is this. little closer. You can see what's going on here. Okay. So this has got one of those C channels in it, just like on the camper. But in order to do it, you have to pull these screws loose, and as you can see, this spring is supposed to be held in place by the other half of this that's not here. So that's fun. So I got to pull these loose and try to get that slid out. Okay, so now I'm going to try to pull these loose. Pull this end off. Quality. Quality. Okay. Get these screws out. Yeah, see that whole thing broke. Supposed to hold it in place. Oh yeah, I forgot I greased it up. Then this goes in the tube and holds it, but that's broke. So now this should slide right out. And you can probably see where I sewed it, right along there. If I wanted to, I don't trust it, but if I wanted to, I could take this same awning part, and then down here, frayed. Let me get you up here so you can see. On this end of it where it frayed and ripped off the camper, if I wanted to, I could lay it down, snap a straight edge across it, trim off the rest of it. Actually looks pretty solid. You may do that. Just lay it down, snap me a straight edge, cut it off, and then just sew me the hem and slide in that one, slide it back on the camper, slide it back in there. It would just be about this much shorter than what it was before. But it would save me a lot of work. The rest of it looks like it's in pretty good shape. Yeah, the rest of it looks like it's in pretty good shape. I think I might just do that. That'll save me a lot of work. Okay. And yeah. Oh, here. So this would still be anchored in the tube. Okay. So the awning would be that long. It'd still be close. Just snap a straight edge on that. saved me a lot of work. I'll just snap a straight edge, cut that off, and then I know that tube will slide right in there. That'll slide back up in place. This will slide right in there. That piece, I think, will stay and work. Okay. And then this end, I've got a new spring for that, but I don't know if it hooks up to that pipe the same way. So I'll have to do some investigating there. So anyway, maybe it won't be as bad as I thought. But the thing is, I gotta leave the awning off of it to set it out of there. Because, for now, because I have to get on the roof of it and then wire brush the whole thing, the whole roof, and then paint. Yeah. That out of there. There we go. I'll have to, oh, and then I put on this edge, this trim edge, and this has got LED lights underneath it that change colors and stuff. And I powered it off of my lamp switch here. This actually doesn't work anymore. It just powers the LED lights. So it lights up different colors and all that stuff. So the next move I gotta make, I think, is I can either snap that, cut it, and sew it, or start working on the roof and getting it cleaned up and ready for paint. But I think that's all I'm gonna do today. And I will probably shoot another video of working on it, and I gotta see how much of the video of taking off the awning, how much of that actually recorded, because I tried to, but anyway, if you like it, subscribe. Second Chance Garage out.